for the second half of Coffee with the Summerland Kids. We're having a bit of technical difficulties. I think it might be a connection, either mine or Jericho's side. I don't get any video right now from you, Jericho. We might have to cut this segment and try again. I'm gonna jump them off and jump them on. I don't hear you, Jericho. Maybe he's got to jump back in. We're live right now, so I'm gonna try and carry the show a little bit while Jericho's gone. And so I'll make it entertaining as possible. You can see my wild calendar with the rainbows. That's how I schedule all my things, by the rainbows. And you can see it's pretty fun how I do thing. It's a dry erase board. It helps me stay on schedule so that when we have meetings like this with Jericho,
I think we're back.
Hopefully we get a good and hopefully we're on time.
Good half show. That was a halftime. You know, there was no glamour in the halftime show, but we're back. Yeah. Welcome to
it's fun.
Summerland Kids, round 2.
Round 2 on, I guess that catches us up or gets us ahead. You never know what Tigger's going to do. He's always leading my way.
Right, exactly. So we were just talking about old Western guns and all that stuff and going to the gun shows. You know, I definitely got to make an effort to, go to the next closest comic convention. I know in Denver, which is 5 hours from me, Denver's a full-blown city, man. It's got it all. So
Denver's a big city. They got that big airport with all the conspiracy theories around it.
Oh,
and
classic.
The art.
Wow.
Awesome art murals.
Wow, yeah. I went through there once, and it was pretty cool because when I did go through, by random happenstance, I ended up sitting right beside a guy from Carpinteria that I actually knew on the way back. And then I pitched, and he was doing this like radio broadcasting technology kind of company. And I pitched the idea. At the time, I was thinking, wouldn't it be awesome if you could have headphones without the cord? So I actually was like telling him about Bluetooth before Bluetooth. And he's like, that's possible. You just got to broadcast from your waistline to the headphones, dude. And it's doable. So I knew I wasn't the only one thinking of it, obviously, because it came out not too long later,
No, it's very interesting. I mean, you look back on the history of patents and that's the inventive process. You take someone's great idea, you take another one's great idea, you mix them together, and you have your own idea. Some of the imagination stuff that I do, we discuss these things in depth. And one of the major things that we find is there really are no new ideas. It's just new ways of combining old ideas to make something new.
True that. Yeah, no, that's huge. It's interesting, man. Yeah. Albuquerque is also, I think, like 4 hours away from me. And
Albuquerque, isn't that where Bugs Bunny goes?
Yeah, exactly. So, Albuquerque is funny. It's like when I get there's a train called actually the Roadrunner Express, to mention the Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner Express from Santa Fe, New Mexico goes to Albuquerque, and it only costs like a couple bucks on that train. It's like an hour-long train ride. So it's a short little commuter train from Santa Fe to Albuquerque. And once you're in Albuquerque, there's like a 419 train to LA, which basically takes you overnight, on the train, which is awesome because you get to see the sights of the desert in like the, right before dark in that dusk time. It's beautiful out there, man. It's a gorgeous train ride. So it kind of goes along Route 66. I think it actually travels through Winslow, Arizona. Like the one song, something about like I got several women on my mind. You know that song I'm talking about? Something about.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name.
Something.
Phoenix, Arizona,
down the
on
road,
the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlanta, LA.
Okay, that's Steve Miller.
I think I know the song.
This one's something about driving through Winslow, Arizona. Anyways, maybe in the comments I'll find it in there. But anyways, it's just cool.
Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona, Winslow, California.
Yeah.
My poetry brain just recognizes the lyrics, can't think of the artist, can't think of the song name.
Yeah. So
But
that kind of stuff, it's pretty awesome when you get to drive through and witness songs, as
keep
you
on
are
a
there.
rocking me, baby.
Yeah,
Keep
exactly.
on a rocking me. Yeah, I
Did
remember
you
that
ever see
song.
Steve Miller live?
No,
Yeah, I did. I saw him, I think, once at the Santa Barbara County Bowl. It was pretty awesome, man. Yeah. Was there
that
some
is
shows?
a beautiful
Did you go to
venue. The
Did you
Bowl.
go to any shows when you're up in San Luis Obispo? Is there some sort of amphitheater near the college or something like that?
There's like smaller shows
Smaller
at like
shows.
the Fremont.
Okay.
There were like the comedy shows and stuff, and I think a couple bands at the Cal Poly.
Cal
But the
Poly.
main venue for years was the Mid-State Fair.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah, that's the big deal
So
up
I've
there.
been to some bands there.
Nice.
One of my favorites was Leonard Skinner.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So we've
Exactly.
seen them.
Skinner.
Boston, I seen them there.
Oh wow.
And then they made a new venue called Vina Robles.
Oh, okay.
So I've been there a couple times. I had friends that worked there, security and vending, and so I got a pass a few times. And another friend of mine did food, did the pizza there. I forget what concerts we went there, but yeah, I've been to a couple
The
there.
Mid-State Fair, dude, that's huge. That's like a big deal, I think.
Yeah,
California
that's one of the
Mid-State Fair.
bigger
I mean,
ones.
you
They
can't
had the
tell.
monster trucks there. I think
Wow.
they do every year. They always have big headliner bands. Like, that stadium will get filled up, and there's a whole stadium and the
Oh,
whole
so
the
it's a
track will
full-on.
fill up the floor, which is where they do the monster trucks. And so everyone's
Okay.
in the stadium, obviously, on the monster trucks.
Yeah.
But then on the concerts, they have all the stadium and the floor all put with seats.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, that's pretty big for the San Luis Obispo area. People
Oh
come from
no, it's huge.
Bakersfield. People come from maybe not San Francisco, but definitely Santa Cruz, Bakersfield,
No, they probably
maybe
do,
even.
dude. I bet they come down from San Francisco. I mean, to me, they would come from everywhere in California to participate. And I'm not sure if they do rodeo at the same time or at a different time, or I
There's a
don't know.
rodeo. I think there's like a week they do rodeo. There's obviously
Okay.
a big ag community in Central
Yeah.
Coast, so they have the auctions. A lot of my friends' kids get the FHA awards for their
Oh,
pigs
nice.
and cows and stuff. So
That's
it's
cool.
it's really a nice fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It's the Central Coast. It's not a huge city, but it's the whole county
Yeah.
and surrounding and mid-state. It really is the center of our state,
Yeah.
and it's more towards the coast. It's not inland, so you don't get that heat that So everyone does like to come to San Luis, kind of a touristy town.
Right. Yeah. And I remember, well, for a while there was the West Coast Customs big car show, and that was in Paso Robles. And Paso was an awesome town it had a really nice city center, kind of with a giant park, and all the cars would park in the park. And then Friday night they had cruise night on the Friday night before the Saturday thing. So those car guys, man, they get up like really crack of dawn to get their parking spot, put their little hot rod right where it should be in the park on the grass, and then everybody just enjoys the day looking at old cars. And then there's like an award ceremony, and then they give props to the old car builders that are still alive. A lot of them have passed on now, but when I was, like a 20-something-year-old kid, or a young man, let's say, I would go up there to a couple shows. It was fun.
Yeah, it's a big car culture up there. There's a big car culture everywhere, but
Yeah.
there's a cruise night in Paso. There's a cruise night in the Atascadero, and my friend
Oh,
who's really
cool.
into that scene says that there's, they do a little circuit, and it's cool because you get to see all the cars that aren't trailer queens.
Right. No, for real.
You get
Yeah.
to see them driving throughout town all over. And so the way he was explaining it to me, they kind of got a circuit. They got the Paso car show, then they got a Atascadero cruise night with a car show.
Yeah.
And then the big one where we all waiting for Bugs Bunny to show up is,
Yeah.
you know where, Pismo Beach. Now
Oh
that's
wow.
insane, dude. That is like the whole town, the whole
Like
neighboring town gets booked, every single hotel, and there's hot rods and customs and
yeah,
lowriders and trucks everywhere.
that's
It's the
awesome.
coolest time of year in Pismo Beach, middle of
Yeah.
summer, right? Right
Wonder
around
when
4th
that
of
is. Do
July.
you think it's coming up? Is it? And wonder if it's mid June or wonder when they throw that one, the
I
Pismo.
think it's mid-June, right before 4th of July.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And like you said, I mean, the same thing happened because I was all new to it, like hearing about it from the old timers. And they said, yeah, we book our hotel rooms a year ahead of time, you know?
You
So
have
they're
to.
like, they're committed. They're fully committed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
there was one. I mean, we're in Orville,
Yeah.
so this is the Northern California car circuit.
Yeah.
There's Chico, there's Yuba City, some of these smaller cities.
Yeah.
But these cars, they do the car circuits up here too. So they've been driving around. I've seen a 57 Chevy, so immaculately beautiful as far as straight body, running, sounded good. But they did that kind of rat rod style where they didn't finish the paint. It's got
Okay.
different color fenders and all
Yeah.
faded looking, just
I
so
love that.
cool. The inside is immaculate, but the outside, it's just a rough finish, for pre-paint. Just give
Yeah,
it that
exactly.
rustic look. I love those ones.
I know, me too. It's that we have a car show coming up here. I know it's probably like in June, like you said. It's probably before the holiday, before 4th of July, because they kind of have like the cities have to make special arrangements and set up some roadblocks and have extra guys on duty and whatever is involved in when you bring thousands of people to town, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it turns into a huge, like it's a tourist area. So like I had some vending machines down in Pismo Beach, right?
Uh-huh.
And throughout the year they were okay,
Right.
but car show week, like basically that week would double what the rest of the year did
Oh wow.
as far
Yeah.
as what the machines generated. So
Totally. Yeah,
it's
in
a
Santa
big deal.
Barbara, with Santa Barbara, the Santa Barbara Fiesta, the Fiesta Parade, Old Spanish Days, that whole thing. A lot of the restaurants and bars there would make, literally like the way they'd make their business happen was during Fiesta because it was such an uptick in business that would carry them through the rest of the year from their receipts from the Fiesta time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And I hate to say it, but some of the businesses are smart, supply and demand kind of thing. So that $10 burger might be $12 or $15,
right.
but who can blame them? If the hotels do it,
Exactly.
the hotels that boost it up.
Oh, right. Yeah. During the busy time. Exactly. That's wild. I was a part of one festival in Los Angeles. It was actually, I think they had it in, like, it was outside of LA, put it that way. And then
Okay.
they did bring it into LA and we had it at the Coliseum. It was called Electric Daisy Carnival. But it got so popular at the Electric Daisy Carnival that he actually moved it to Las Vegas because I felt like Vegas knows how to party and LA is not. I mean, it's sorry, LA, but Vegas outdoes you on professional partiers.
This is true. This is
Yeah.
true, Jericho. This is a beautiful note.
Yeah.
I love the conversation we've had today. I
Yeah.
hate to tell you and our viewers, it is that bewitching hour. We got 1 minute to call it a wrap. So, Jericho, if you could close out the show, I will press the button when you're done with your
Okay. Yeah.
close.
So I'm Jerico Woggon. This is Aaron Riggs, A.W.O.L. Aaron. Check out Aaron online. Look, find him on Facebook, find him on his Instagram and where he posts his poetry and songs. And I'm Jerico 101 on Instagram. We're Coffee with the Summerland Kids. And we're doing this. Our goal right now is 30 days. We're on day 24, I think. So we're getting there. So here we are.
Excellent.
Coffee with the Summerland Kids. You guys have a great day out there. Cheers.
Tigger says top for now.
Yeah.